Hey there, it's Kimberly here with Knit for Brains, and today we're going to be showing a blanket that I finished for Project Welcome Home, and we got some more squares, so stay tuned. We got some more squares, and Mumsy and I are working like dogs, I tell you, to try to finish these blankets. I got one downstairs that I'm in the process of finishing, so I'll show you that when it's all done. Mom's got two that she's working on, but I did want to show you this one that I did. So the Brit was like, I like the ones your mom does better. Is what I tell you. I understand. He doesn't like the join as you go. So, but I actually really liked this. And I'm gonna start doing the join as you go, maybe using like the single crochet that my mom does, because like, you know, everybody loves my mom. And I was like, your mom is so nice, your mom is so perfect. And she is. So these squares came in from Rebecca Gonzalez from Florida. And I was able to make a full-size blanket using all the squares she sent in. I chose to use this really pretty pink. It is Pound of Love, just because I loved the brightness that she chose for these squares. They're all, actually it goes this way. They're just really bright and fun and sunny. And I was like, this just screams spring to me. So I just went with a really nice, light, fun color. I love looking at these and then going, what color am I going to use? And being inspired, you know, not just doing like plain old colors, but each granny square blanket that we make, we look at the colors that the person used, and then we really try to like complement it or match it or something like that. But she has so many really great, you know, like the drop down double crochet stitch here, the front post as you call it. This one here with a little bit of like a puff to it. Just really, really fun, interesting squares. And I just thought that this peach really made it pop, make it look really happy. I loved this one. So the Brit's gonna say, well, it's not as pretty as your mom's. Well, you know what? I think it's beautiful and they're gonna love it. So this one is done. Thank you, Rebecca from Florida. Isn't that pretty? It's just, I don't know, it just makes you happy. I love that. All right. So this comes into us from Rebecca. So I'm going to keep this little tag here because we're going to wrap them all up in cellophane with a bow, and I don't want to lose the little card as to who it came from and all that kind of stuff. So this one's going over there. Thank you, Rebecca. Then we got these guys in today. Ooh, these came in to us from Peggy Smith from Spring Valley, Ohio. Spring Valley, Ohio. Okay. These actually, usually my postman calls me and says, hey, you got packages. But he didn't call me. I thought, I haven't heard from him in a while. I'm going to go and check it out. And lo and behold, there were squares there. It's like, dude, you're supposed to call me when these things happen. But, you know, he doesn't know. It's okay. So I just have to get better about going there, whether or not I get a phone call. That's okay. Okay, I don't want to cut into this. I'm just going to kind of tear from here. Oops, wait a minute. It's a big bag, Peggy. This is a big bag. Oh. Oh, beautiful. Oh, wow. Aren't they beautiful? Look at those. This is definitely enough for a blanket. Isn't that beautiful? Now, this to me speaks like winter. I love that. Isn't that pretty? And there's lots and lots of squares in here. I'm not going to count them all, but let's just say there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there's 15 in a stack, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 6. 6 stacks. So 6 times 15. Britt, do the math. Figure that out. That's definitely enough. And they're a little bit on the smaller side compared to, well, no, they are what they are. They're not smaller or they're larger, but they're perfect for this. But they're all the same. Isn't that going to be beautiful? I'll tell you what's probably going to happen. Mumsy and I are going to fight over who's going to get to do this one. I let her come in and look at the squares, and then I let her just pick what she wants. Or I kind of go, you know, if she doesn't have time to come in, I'm like, I think that she would really enjoy working with these. And we're enjoying working with all of them. But this one's going to be a lot more like subtle just because they're all the same color. Maybe a nice gray could be pretty with these. Something kind of a muted. So it might end up being gray, but Peggy's included stuff in here. Okay. Oh, yay, Peggy. Thank you. So first of all, these were made with Pound. I thought so. Okay, so Pound of Love is, she sent the tape, the label. Thank you so much. And that's what the blue is. It's called Cornflower. And then the antique white is what she used. I thought this might have been LionBrand because I used the purple, the thistle. And it's just kind of it's got a slight bit of a heathered look to it, if you see that. And then she also used antique white with an H hook. This is so helpful. Thank you so much. Now I know exactly what to go with. But I still don't know that I'm not going to do white because it's not, it's an antique white. And you can see it's not a true, like a bright white. And then it's just that beautiful heathered blue. I actually looked at this, Peggy, and thought, I wonder if that's because LionBrand has some really pretty, their homegrown, I think it is, or no, it's maybe their, it's like a national park color. Really pretty. And then they also have their whole denim series. And I thought, maybe that's the color. So I think that's the color. This actually also looks like Bob's Garage from Schitt's Creek, which I have a little bit of, but I want a contrast on this. So pretty. Okay, thank you, Peggy. And look, Peggy included some cards, y'all. Oh my gosh, how pretty. These are 4-note cards, and this is just got a little pretty little bird, and they're all blank, and then a little sunflower, so we can write our little messages inside here. We're getting so excited. I think we're gonna have, by the time this is all said and done, we're gonna have, I think, the 40 blankets, y'all. Keep sending them in, because if we have more, we'll make more, and then we'll just give them to them, you know, next year or something like that. But we're doing this in December, probably like mid-December. And then she's included a card. Sometimes it's easy to forget just how much goodness there is all around us. Oh, isn't that sweet? Isn't that pretty? But you're a beautiful reminder. You guys, thank you. I hope these are not too small. There are 88 squares to make one lap throw, or feel free to use them in several throws. Nope, Peggy, they are not too small. They are the perfect size, and we're going to use them all together. Yeah, I'm going to use them all together because I think that's going to make an absolutely beautiful Afghan. And I just came home from teaching yoga, so I saw these people, and gosh darn it, aren't they just so sweet? I wish you guys could meet these people in person. I really do. They have my heart. They're so gosh darn cute. And I have a token gentleman. His name is Jerry, and he always comes in, and sometimes the ladies in the bikini ladies are like, you know, they're like, this is girl stuff. I'm like, ladies, yoga is not just for the ladies. But there's not that many men. There's definitely more women than there are men there. But Jerry, he always comes in and he's like, I can tell that you know what you're doing. And I was like, Jerry, I went to school for 500 hours to learn how to teach yoga specifically to my seniors, to you guys. And then I've done an additional like 1,500 hours after that. So but it's all specific to seniors and teaching them yoga to learn about, you know, like sometimes the medications that they take and how that can affect them, or, you know, different ailments they have. And they're probably going to have some arthritis and different in those areas, and, you know, dizziness and things like that. It's a whole big scope of things. So it's not just, I'm going to teach yoga to seniors because I can sit down. It's really understanding and learning about the population. And through that, I've learned about this population and just come to love them even more. And they're just so sweet. They're so much fun. There's, well, I guess I can give you their names. You wouldn't know. But there's, in my yoga class that comes on a regular basis, I have Irene, I have Gail, I have Jareen and Tizzy and Nancy and Victoria and Pat. And then sometimes another Gail comes. And then there's Anita. I mean, like, just, they come all the time. And I love seeing them and they love seeing me. And it's really special. Anyways. Okay, so I go back to what Peggy says. You're doing, well, I'm not going to start on you're doing. She says, there are 88 squares to make one lap throw, or feel free to use them in several throws. You're doing a wonderful thing for senior citizens who are too often forgotten. Blessings, Peggy Smith. Thank you. They are too often forgotten, but these people will not be forgotten. I am so excited to be bringing these blankets to them, and we're just working like dogs. And it's so funny how this even came about, this whole idea, because as I mentioned once before, there's this named Jenna Phipps, I think it is. And she's a crocheter, Instagrammer, influencer, YouTuber. And she once was like, look, if you guys send me crocheted flowers, I'll make a dress. And people send in flowers from all across the world. Little little tiny envelopes and whatever. And she made this beautiful dress. But I was like, yeah, but if you guys send in granny squares, I'll make granny square blankets and I'll give them to my people. And that's just kind of how it started. I literally woke up in the middle of the night. But I woke up in the morning. I was like, hey, Britt, I got this great idea. And he's like, he thought, oh, that's a great idea. And everybody I've said that I mentioned it to thought, this is a great idea. But I think he's like, it's really growing legs. It's really big. And I'm like, yeah, it is big. That's the whole idea. But I can't wait to tell these people, like, these granny squares came from people, strangers, who are now friends of yours all across the globe, from as far away as, like, Canada and the UK and across the United States, Alaska. And they don't know you, but they care about you enough to spend the time that it takes to make granny squares and to make this happen for you. And I just think that's going to be so powerful for them to go, really? Wow, these people that have never met me, that don't even know, and these weren't blankets that were just laying around, that here, I'm going to give you a blanket. No, these were blankets that were created for you, in mind, that you were in mind, and you were the inspiration when these were made. I just think that's going to be so powerful and so incredible. So, I can't wait to share that. But anyways, thank you so much, Peggy. These are absolutely beautiful, and I'm definitely going to do something really, really beautiful and special. Maybe I'll go back to the Pound of Love line of colors and choose. I do have a nice heathered gray from them. Who might get his little paws on this one will be Jerry. I can see Jerry snagging this. But I think we're going to pass them out, so the people are not really going to have, we're going to try to go like, boy colors, girl colors, neutral colors, or whatever. But they're not going to have a lot of say, because I want this one. If they want to like trade between themselves, I can't help that one. But I am going to put thought into, this one should go to this person, this one should go to this person. I really want to think it through from start to finish. So I'm excited. Thank you, Peggy. All right, well, that's all I got for right now. I'll be coming back to you soon, because we've got probably 3 or 4 more blankets that I can show you the finished products, because, we're getting them done. You can kind of see them over here. All those over there on the chair, that one over there, those are all finished blankets. And then we've got all the squares there on the floor in boxes. A lot of work in front of us, people. So that's it. A really short little coming to you with Project Welcome Home, showing off some blankets and some new squares. So this is Kimberly with Knit for Brains. If you're just joining us, thank you so much. Welcome. We're so glad that you're here. Project Welcome Home, as you can probably guess, is we're giving these blankets to these senior citizens in this assisted living center, just as a way to say, we appreciate you and welcome home. So if you want to join in the fun, and it is fun, you can send granny squares. It doesn't have to be a big pack here like Peggy did. Some people send them a little tiny bit. It doesn't matter. It does not matter if you finish them already, if you have them laying around, you're using scrap yarns. There is no limitations. Just send them and we will put them to good use. We're making these beautiful blankets. All the information will be left down here in the notes as well. Thanks so much for watching. And please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button so more people will find out about us. Thanks for watching. This is Kimberly with Knit for Brains. And as always, I'll see you soon.